Hello everybody, the Newhaven Park Country Championships final isn't too far away, so we thought we would do a preview show for you. Of course, sponsored, we didn't pay for it, but sponsored by Punter's Intelligence and the Punter's Intelligence app. Great to have you here, Nick Berney. You love a country horse and a provincial horse for that matter as much as I do, and we thought that we would scour through the replays and try and find us a winner for this year. It certainly looms as an interesting race, and the differing form lines is what makes this so exciting.
That's exciting. I think it's a credit to all the country clubs as well and the participants. What a great race we have. $500,000 on the line, 7 heats and 2 wildcards, 16 runners, Royal Randwick. And I think it's a great market to bet into as well.
So we'll start off with the Southern Districts. We'll have a look at a few of the replays, the ones that we think are key to finding us a winner. Bianco Villano was fantastic, so talk us through this run.
Yeah, well, this race was run at a really fast tempo, and as we highlight there, Our Last Cash, it actually SP'd the second favourite in this race, and I thought it was exposed early and battled on really well. It is still lightly raced, so there is upside there, but this is the horse I really want to highlight, Bianco Villano, who is the winner. Now look at it held up there, it had to wait, but this is the bit I like, how it bursts through the gap, shows acceleration, and there's a lot of quality about this horse. And he asked it again here, and it really just actually pulls away from all the other horses, goes through the line full of energy, and that's the one I really want to follow going to the final. I hope they ride him cold again. They have ridden him up on the speed in the past, but cold, weight, last shot, I think that's his best asset. And this is just a direct comparison on the day. A 58 versus the qualifier. Obviously we have to make adjustments for age, class and other factors, but purely on raw sectionals, there's about 13.5 lengths difference there. And after those adjustments, the race is rated extremely well. So I think that's a very key lead up to Saturday.
Okay, for the large part, I'll leave this very much in your hands. But I mean, my takeaway from that, and I'm keen on this runner too, Bianco Villano, was the second horse in the race was looking for back-to-back victories. I think it was 3 on end, so looking for a hat-trick. The other one was looking to make it 4 in a row, the horse that ran third. Then you've got Balladon, which ran into fourth, which was fantastic first up and had won a highway the preparation prior to that. So you know that you're getting their winners, they're in form. It's not just that they have good records, they were steaming into that race in good touch, and he put them away and put them away quickly.
Yes.
As you said, they didn't get out and have much clear air, but when they did, the race was very much over. My concern is how much rain there's going to be, because that horse is a completely different horse on top of the ground. If we see soft to heavy track, I think that brings others in. And
that's Bianco Villano's, that's the great point. His key asset's acceleration. If it's wet, it pulls that back. So firm track, last shot, I think the $11 is a great price at the moment.
Okay, on to the Hunter and Northwest. This is typically the form line, and it took a lot for me to sort of shift away from that. So mount a case for Akasawa and Running Bear, who we've seen was very good since. Yeah,
well, that's the point I was going to make. Well, you do look at this replay, and I do concede they both have every chance, but Running Bear has since come out and won at Warwick Farm on a midweek, which is harder to do as a country horse, as we all know. But Akasawa is just such a tradesman-like horse, has a fantastic record, and it just pulls out here. And look, it's 11:32 to the 4 to the 11:32 to the 4 to 2 is strong, but this is the bit that just says 11:10 final furlong, that it's got more in the locker. It really sticks its head out on the line, and as I said, that record, it's the class horse. Like, look at it savage the line through there, and you know what you're going to get with Akasawa, and as you break down its sectionals, it tells you that as well, which is a great profile. 11.8 for the 6 to the 4, that 4 to the 2, the 11.32, and then that 11.10, it just really says I'm going to bounce off this run. I still had a bit to give, and I think the camp's pretty keen.
So you have a look at the beaten horses too. The likes of Boot Scooter, who put a couple of wins together this time last year. Commando Hunt, who I thought was a good chance. Exactly. I just wish they got in. If we bumped into a heavy track, Commando Hunt's a completely different horse. But there's depth everywhere you look. Casino Lord has been fantastic in the city several times. So there's depth to it. To the eye, you look at that and think blanket go. Horses down the outside have got last shot. But there's so much depth.
And there's so much depth in that last sectional as well, that it's really going on that upward trend rather than going down. So they can really progress those two.
On to the southeast, and I think there'll be a lot of fans of Testator Salens, which is running second here behind Kimberley Secrets. And from what I could see from the replays, there aren't that many speed horses in the race. So I think Kimberley Secrets will be outclassed on the day, but there aren't that many that'll contest the lead.
Yeah, and that's another good point going forward here. And it's another replay you're looking and go, oh, these two have had all favours, leader, rails in run, box seat, but this is another high pressure race, and Kimberley Secret just between that 200 to 100 dropped Testator Silence, but there was a 5 kilo difference here, and Kimberley Secret's actually SP'd 292nd favourite in a Canberra Guinea since and run 4th, but have a look at Testator Silence, really want to find the line, and look at this bit here, this margin into 3rd,
Yeah.
So that just really confirms the quality of that race. And then going back to that Canberra Guineas, the market really wanted to hone in to Kimberley Secret, so that confirms the quality of this race. But for me, I think it's more Testator Silence. It's season now to win the country championships, and I think it'll be fancied on the day. And we don't have any comparisons, but that 83.67 was a very strong time down there at Maruya.
One of the biggest crimes was that the dramatists didn't get into the final.
Yes.
We're about to see one hell of a run from the back from the dramatists, agonisingly close, finishing in 3rd. But as we have a look at the northern region, I think we've got our favourite and the horse to beat in Talbragar.
Wasn't this a hot wild card going into the final event? And Rusty Crown, as we do see, led them up. But it was a very strong wind this day. And on the back straight there, Talbragar was exposed to it. So I do want to bonus it there. And this is the horse with the X factor, the raw talent and the ability, and
the breeding.
The breeding too. That 4 to the 2, 7th fastest in 10.9. But have a look at him elevate to their 3rd fastest in 11.42. He accelerates there, and I just really like how he put them away on the line. He really got his mind on the job and did it. There's your horse, the dramatist, coming late. But my intuition's telling me that this horse, I think, will be very, very well fancied on the day, and it could just blow all of these away because it's got that X factor. It's just got that difference about it. So, and
they've been patient, haven't they?
Yes,
yeah,
very patient. It's Cody Morgan, and I do concede that James McDonald would ride as well. So
right,
that's a tick with Aaron Bullock riding Akasawa. So that 11.42, very strong there by Talbragar, and it actually does have the SP also back through the Kosciuszko over some of these horses. So that just tells me the market may gravitate to it as well.
Where do you stand on the loyalty of sticking with country jockeys that have been with these horses?
I've got a massive opinion of Aaron Bullock. So if he rode Talbragar or what was the other, Akasawa, it wouldn't worry me at all. Yeah. Because they're all sticking together. They know these horses. So I think they deserve the chance to come to Saturday Randwick and ride in the final.
I kind of agree, but then I get it. There's big prize money on the line. You're going to go with the big names, and not just the big names, obviously, the better and high-profile jockeys. But that said, I would love to see a few of them stick, and I'm sure a few of them will. So as we go through, we don't have the barrier draw at time of record, which makes things a little hard, but here is the final field. So which horses jump out to you, maybe not to win the race, but as maybe place chances or asterisk horses that might just jump out of the ground?
I think from this page straight away, and you're in agreement, Bianco Villano.
Yep.
I think dry track, I think Tyler Schiller will be riding, so if he can get a nice middle gate and just be cuddled up for that last shot, I think that $11 last time I checked of time of record was probably the juicy one in the market. And from this page, Talbragar, the X Factor. They're probably my two that I'm leaning towards at this stage.
Yeah, the Forerunner, people were probably looking at that page thinking, what's the Forerunner doing there? So possibly so, found to be lame, which is a terrible shame. Was a huge run from well back. And I just hope that those at the back get their chance. Usually with these country finals, there's a fair bit of natural speed. Yep. People get excited and maybe overdo it a touch, but I just hope that a few of those towards the back get their chance.
Yeah, well, Randwick 1400 metres, you should get your chance, and I think it's just going to be a great race, and good luck to all the connections.
All right, so we don't have a barrier draw, which makes things hard, but long story short, 4 selections, you're going the way of Bianco Villano for an early look.
Early look, Bianco Villano at the price. I think that's the way I'm going to lean.
All right. Now you can catch Nick and of course Brad Gray. They're always with me on Punter's Intelligence every Tuesday at 7 p.m. But we thought we were just doing a little aside, given we love these country horses so much. Best of luck to all of the participants that are involved there on Saturday. This is the grand final. You've been working towards it for so long. We can't wait to see it on the screens of Sky Racing. We'll catch you at 7 p.m. for PI next time.